So, why the 650 XT, you might ask? Superb handling, a fun engine that'll cruise at 60 to 70 all day long. Feel free to throw any questions you've got in the comments. I think that's going to be the best way to do this review. I want to know what you want to know, and I'll bang it in the comments and we'll do a second follow-up video to this. I've absolutely loved riding the VStrom 650 XT. So the main reason I went to the VStrom was mainly the lack of weight over the 1200 GS Adventure that I had, and reliability. To be honest, I just don't think you can beat Japanese reliability. I've had 26 different motorcycles now, anything from 1920s all the way to modern superbikes, Fireblades, GSXRs, etc. Race bikes, X-Isleman TT bikes. I've ridden the full gamut, and I've had 5 Suzukis, never had a problem with them. And I've had a 1200 GS Adventure, which, to be honest, my personal experience, it's heavy, very, very heavy. Even on road situations, you could get an off-camber situation where it can be a bit of a reach with a 890mm seat height, putting your foot down. Now, that might not seem too bad to a lot of motocross lads, but when you got a bike absolutely fully laden, yeah, trying to hold it on the one leg, I found could be a bit of a pain, especially if the camber's like that, and you got your reach down to the camber and then the weight of the bike as well. It can quickly approach that point where the bike's, nope, that's enough, I want to go. I never dropped it, which was good, but I had a couple of close moments with it. So what basically happened at that point is I ended up getting the 1000 XT. I got talked out the 650. I'd done all the research, been on ADV Rider, Adventure Bike Forum, all the usual suspects for websites, and I got talked out of it because I was planning to go to Iceland, which I still am, and the argument was, you know, you want to get the speed on the motorways over there through Germany, etc. And yeah, it's a fair point, especially 2 up, but I was going 1 up. So what I should have done, stuck to my guns, got the 650 XT, which 4 years on, well 5 years now, wow, time's really flying, it's 2017, I ended up getting, as you can see, the 650 XT, and I do not regret it in the slightest. I did a 600-mile ride to Scotland the other day, in a day and back, and it was flawless. So what I liked about the bike was on the motorway with the Puke screen, it's fabulous. A little bit more wind than the GS Adventure, I'd say, but I like that. I like to feel like I'm on a motorbike, but no buffeting whatsoever. It was really, really, really nice, which was good. So basically, what I'm saying is, I'm very impressed with it. The cable throttle on the VStrom has some of the sweetest fueling on any motorcycle out of the box that I've experienced. I love it. So, performance at the speed limits, brilliant. It'll be ultra smooth at 60 and just sit there all day. Country roads, it has a brilliant get up and go. It's like a little sports bike when you get the revs up. You know, it really feels engaging to ride, which is good. You know, that's what I mainly wanted from it, to be honest. Is that flexibility to tour and do country lanes. So the brakes are another exceptional point as well. It's got ABS on it, absolutely fabulous. No complaints there. 2-stage traction control, and you can turn it off as well, which is good, which is nice. What else? Tank range, 230 miles to a tank. I got 68.19 miles to the gallon over 450 miles. It's not bad, that. Off receipts as well. I don't think that's bad personally. That was another increase I've seen. I was struggling with fuel economy on the 1000 XT and the 1200 GS Adventure as well. I was getting 45, 50, round about there. It's sort of on par from Fireblade, to be honest, when you were taking your time on that. Fuel economy. What I'd like is cruise control, because when you sat on the motorway for 3-4 hours at a time and your hand is back, yeah, it can get a little tiring. That's the only criticism. And the seat is a little on the hard side after about 200 miles constantly in the saddle, but you get 230 mile tank range there or thereabouts, so you're pulling up anyway to put gas in, so that's not too bad. I did do less miles at one point and was in the saddle for 4.5 hours, and it was fine with no stops. It's getting a lot better now. The next thing I want is to do some off-road. The one thing I do need to change is the bash plate. I'll show you that in a minute. It's a bit on the light side. It's not gonna stop much rocks on the sump, but that's an easy fix. And to be honest, even the 300 rallies and the like, I've seen everyone changing the bash plates on them anyway, so yeah, that's another thing to do. It's a bit similar to a Himalayan in a way, weight wise. They're about 200 kilos wet, but what you've got is you've got a bit more power with the V-Strom. So for my road touring at the moment and road adventures, which is what I'm mainly doing, I want to move into some more off-road and gravel roads and stuff like that, but for my road touring, when I was completely honest with myself, it was just the perfect bike for what I'm doing at the moment riding wise. Now that might not mean that it's the perfect bike for you, but here's my train of thought. It actually got me thinking a lot more about much lighter bikes. Things like the Husqvarna 701, 500 EXCF, KTM, 300 Rally by Honda, but the 300 Rally's down on power, so it's all swings and roundabouts. That's the main thing. Now, what I ended up realising in the end is lighter for me personally is better. Now that's something where the V-Strom is a compromise. It's still a heavy bike in my opinion. There you go. That's obviously their take on the V-Strom 650 XT. So what I basically want to say is I wish manufacturers would focus more on lightweight. Give us some lighter bikes. That's what everyone's crying out for. But yeah, that's what I'd mainly say really. Superb handling, fun engine, excellent engine noise. The dash is really good. Yeah, I can't really fault it, to be honest. It's fabulous. I'm very impressed, to the point that if I bring another adventure bike in, I won't be selling the V-Strom, I'll be keeping it because I am absolutely over the moon with it. It's a fabulous bike. It really is. I wish when I'd started riding adventure bikes and moved off the super bikes that I'd looked straight for one of these, to be honest, and just get the GSs. But they're all worth experiencing. That's the thing with motorcycles. Everything is a different experience, and if you've not experienced them bikes, test ride them, have them for a year, try something else, and you'll end up finding that bike that suits you. And at the moment with my riding, I would say the V-Strom 650 XT suits me down to a T. Now it might not be everyone's. Some people might see it as a downgrade from the GS. I don't. I see it as an upgrade. You've got the Japanese reliability, it's lighter, it's more flickable, it's smooth, the engine's willing to rev, which is a big nice thing. So yeah, very impressed. Hope you enjoyed. So yeah, engine sound, let's cover that. 650 XT, and that is why I bought the bike. One of the reasons. It sounds great, which is really, really, really nice. Always good. It's just a really manageable bike. It's just so nice to ride. Smooth, it's good, it's fun. You know, it's got more than enough get up and go when you're doing long distance travelling. It has in my book anyway. Obviously everyone's different, everyone looks for something different in different engines. I mean, I just can't praise the humble V-Strom enough. I really can't. I think it's fabulous. The best thing I can say is, if you have any questions on the V-Strom 650, feel free to ask them in the comments and I'll answer them if there's something I've not covered.